Daily Wire Plus, I've got a few things that I need to address with you all that I see that you all have done that is pulling you away from your conservative, traditional Christian values. These things include idolization, promotion of sex, greed, lies, hypocrisy, boastfulness, and arrogance. If you all disagree with anything that I say, by all means, I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. Dispute it. Call me out on it. If you disagree, call me out on it. But I am literally going to be quoting stuff that you all have physically said and done in your videos. So let's get started. Brett, one of the things that you need to be well aware of that is constantly shown in your series is that your team, your friends, don't care about you, they don't care about your reputation, and they don't care about the reputation of the Daily Wire. Because not only do they allow you to slip up, not only do they allow and promote laziness, which is slothfulness, but what was it, about a little over a week ago, I believe it was, you slandered one of your sponsors by saying that they were worse than steroids. We'll get into that here in a second. Let's get started. You first took that test on Dr. Jordan Peterson's personality. It was your fourth personality test video you made mention of. At about 5 minutes and 46 seconds in, you pointed out your words, "I am literally an influencer. I hate that. That's what I do." You pointed out that you extremely, with passion in your voice, how much you hate that you are an influencer. That you are constantly on social media. You have pointed this out many a times. My question is, why haven't you done anything or tried to find a way to talk to any of the heads there and be like, hey, what can we do different that's not just me, this is what I see, this is what I think, this is what I like, but actually put facts. When you try food, any of the fast food, why don't you give health benefits, health factors? Well, this one tastes better, but it's made with the low-grade chicken that's literally used to make dog food because they no longer produce or lay eggs anymore. Why not make mention or do any research on any of that? I mean, that there would completely elevate your channel to the next level. The next question, by the way, I want you to keep this in mind, Brett, while I'm going over this. The next question was, I love to reflect on things. Your response was enthusiastically, yeah, 5 out of 5. Reflect on everything that I'm going over. Because what I'm going over is going to suck to hear. It is going to royally suck hearing this. But I challenge you to debate everything that I say. Every point that I'm making, I want you to come back and tell, not just say, oh, you're wrong, but literally explain and give facts. Not what you pulled on one of your episodes that you did, where my truth it is just because. That's that libtard BS. You're not a libtard because libtards are uneducated, ignorant fools. At least I don't see you as an idiot. I'm a McCoy hillbilly descendant. I can say idiot. At 7 minutes, 21 seconds in, it was talking about, the question was about captivating an audience. And you stated, I know how to captivate people. Have I Then you paused. They're not even watching me right now. Referring to the individuals who are supposed to be your safety net and paying attention when you screw up, they can go, oh, whoa, Brett, hold on. let's rewind, reshoot this part because you misspoke or whatever. They're completely not paying attention. And that's not the first or only time you've pointed that out. After they realized you stopped, you pointed out how both of them were on their phones. How is that being your safety net for when you screw up, if they're not paying attention at all to what's going on? For example, in the video you did, I tried vegan meat for the first time. Keep in mind, all these videos and references I'm pulling is literally just like the last 9 to 10 months. Not years and years ago. This is literally just stuff over the last like 9 to 10 months. And I don't sit there and watch every single video that you make because I'm not a teenage little girl who wants to sit there and listen to all the drama that goes on social media, which is a lot of what your channel is. Yes, you can make people laugh, but you have so much more potential than just sitting there going on and on about the drama. You have a lot more potential than that. I see it in you. I believe in you. Even if nobody else at the Daily Wire believes you've got more potential than that, I believe you do. When you tried that vegan meat, your intro had no audio. And you go all the way to the point where you try the meat. I've seen enough of your intros to know, okay, that's a good 5, 6, 10 minutes, anywhere in that range, that had gone by that was wasted. If your team, your editors, the people who are sitting behind the camera that go, okay, and click record, action, green light, Brett, start recording, we're going, we're good. If they actually sat there and paid attention, did a checklist, okay, lighting looks good, makeup looks good, okay, sound check, all right, right then they would have noticed, oh, hey Brett, your mic's way off over yonder. You would have looked up, pulled your mic up and be like, oh, that would have been a waste of time. Well, imagine how much time and how much more meaningful that video would have been if they actually were paying attention, doing the job that they're paid to do. I mean, they are getting paid to do that stuff, right? To be your safety net and make sure that, hey, they've got the other viewpoint. I mean, you can't sit there and cover everything going on. If you did, why would they be there? They wouldn't be needed at all, would they? And then why didn't anybody really push for you to go back and redo that intro? Especially if, oh, the guy who's sitting behind the camera that clicks record and it's like, you're good, start shooting. As a responsible individual taking responsibility for their screw up, wouldn't it have been mature-like for him to literally go, hold up, Brett, come around onto your side where the camera is, grab the mic and go, my name is so-and-so. I didn't actually pay attention, wasn't doing my job, and all of Brett's intro has been lost. That is on me. Maybe out of the kindness of Brett's heart, she'll be willing to re-record this intro and forgive me for not actually paying attention to what was going on. Right there, that would have been instigating and motivating for you to, what? Shoot the intro again. And you most likely would have recorded the intro again. Am I wrong? So, right there, they're not paying a lick of attention. Now let's go over to where you slandered your sponsor. The video you did, Is America Ready for This Debate? At approximately 5 minutes, 46 seconds in, you were talking about how testosterone is dropping. And you point at Black Forester supplements using Turkesterone? I think that's how you pronounce turkesterone. I have ADHD and dyslexia. I hear you laugh and hush. Is a natural antibiotic compound that supports muscle growth, improves endurance, increases strength, lean muscle mass, and aids in fat loss. At about 6 minutes and 7 seconds in, pay attention to the wording here. It is like steroids, but with all the nasty effects. I went back and rewatched that 4 times when I heard that. I was like, whoa, did she really just say that? I was like, nah, I got to be hearing that wrong. So I turned on closed captioning. Sure enough, word for word. So steroids, known for having lots of nasty and negative effects, you're literally saying this turkesterone is just like steroids, but it has all the nasty side effects, including the ones that testosterone or steroids don't have. That's what that says. So by all means, that is saying, hey, this testosterone by Black Forester supplement is worse than steroids. Don't take it. That was your sponsor. Why did no one in your team, your friends, those editors, those publishers, all that stuff that they're supposed to be, taking care of, making sure that, hey, we're not bad-mouthing accidentally. The guys who are paying us, if they were paying attention and listening, or they went back and actually watched and paid attention to what you said, do you think they would have actually caught that? Hey, guess what? By all technicality, Black Forester, even though it was an accidental misslip of words, you have a team. Nobody caught it. So it must be intentional at that point, or blatant laziness, which is slothfulness. They have every right to pull their sponsorship from you guys now. Tell me I'm wrong. Best solution that I'd recommend on that, Brett, is you come forward and make a video literally apologizing to Black Forester Supplement, and every last individual on your team mans up, womans up, puts their big boy britches on, big girl panties on, steps in front of the camera, and owns the fact that they did not do their job and be your safety net. A trapeze artist is swinging around and she slips and falls. What does she rely on? Her safety net to catch her. You are the trapeze artist. You will mess up. You will screw up. You're human. It happens. But when you have several other people who are supposed to be watching and making sure that you're not screwing up, how are there consistent slip-ups like this? This isn't once a freaking year. And like I said, I don't watch all the videos. If I went and watched every last one of them in the last year, how many slip-ups and screw-ups do you think I'd be catching? Why are they being paid? Why are they there? Point blank. If they're not going to do their job, if they're not going to support you and have your back, they're not going to care about your reputation, because it's not their reputation that's getting destroyed. It's not their reputation that's getting put on the line. It's yours. It's the Daily Wire's. They don't care. You screw up, you slip up, oh, that's fine. Brett's credibility gets damaged, not theirs. Make them come front and center and literally apologize to Black Forester Supplements for allowing that slip up, because that's exactly what they did. Ben Shapiro, I want to give you major props. Major props for pushing Brett. Now, you should have stood your ground a little bit harder, in my opinion. And the video, Ben guesses Gen Z slang with Brett Cooper. Just so you all are well aware, several of those words are not just, oh, they're new slang. They just are. No. I know for a fact because my aunt was a pothead all the way back dating to, Woodstock or whatever. And taken in consideration at the beginning of the year, I quit smoking pot and was a pothead for 5 years. And I mean a heavy pothead who would make a gravity bong on the fly with a liter bottle and a 2-liter bottle with a 20 millimeter socket as my cap. And I'm packing it with the dankest keef available that slaps harder than anything. That's pothead lingo, by the way. That is literally pothead lingo. That has been pothead lingo for generations. That dank pothead lingo. Slapping, hitting, smacking. Most commonly used place? Potheads. Point blank. Let's see, what was the other one? Hits differently. That one is more commonly used in pothead society. Why? Because when you take a gravity bong grip, which is literally a shotgun blast to the face, and you're now on another planet, and you're having a conversation, and literally any conversation, you could be talking about freaking Tickle Me Elmo. Oh, that's going to hit different. That's going to hit you in the feels even if you don't like Elmo. Somehow it will. The thing about it is, especially dank, gives extreme proof to the fact that it's desensitizing people to pothead lingo. When you start to desensitize people to phrases, lingo, what happens? Whatever you're desensitizing now becomes normalized. It becomes acceptable. Look at transgenderism. Look at what happened starting with bathrooms, starting over into teaching, changing rooms, then it moves over to sports, and now it's way out of control, isn't it? All that started by accepting little bits at a time. Start with lingo, which is, I can't think of the technical term of it, but it's teaching the language first, and then everything else falls into suit. There's a technical term for it. I can't think of what the actual term is. Cap. That originally was bullcrap. Point blank. Originally, it was bullcrap. And then, oh, that's too intense. Moms of America came in. Okay, crap. Oh, that's still too intense. That's too mean. Drop the R. Cap. It literally has just been watered down. That is the origin and the history behind that word. Bet, by the way, B-E-T, bet. I bet. Yeah, that has just literally been watered down and pussified from, oh, you can't do that. Really? Bet. I got $20 that says I can. To, oh, well, we shouldn't actually make bets. Just say it, but don't actually bet anything. Moms of America. Limp-wristing and pussifying America for generations. You know, as far back as I can think. That's what it originates from. That's the origin of bet. Then you've got all these limp-wristed soy boys that are nothing but little sissy boys, point blank, that don't have the balls to put their money where their mouth is. They'll say, oh, bet, 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 because they think they're so cool. Reality is, they're just too weak to actually make an actual bet. because they're afraid, oh, well, I might lose. Boo-hoo. Urban Dictionary, I'm on Ben Shapiro's side with that one. Love you to death, Brett. Matter of fact, you're realistically, mine is Dr. Jordan Peterson. Realistically, the one I actively watch that's got anything to do with the Daily Wire is you. And I don't know why. I literally don't know why. I'm not physically watching your show. I'm listening to it while I'm in the other room doing stuff, cleaning, exercising, working on art, whatever. But most of your show is literally just complaining about stuff on social media and whatnot. And I'm going, why do I listen to your show? Why do I like it? I don't understand why I actually like listening to your show. And your show is literally the only one that I will listen to that does that. Everybody else, I won't even make it through half a show. And I'm just like, no, I'm good. Forget this. But the reason I'm on Ben's side with the Urban Dictionary, the Urban Dictionary itself, people who run it and everything, blatantly and openly admit every day regular people add thousands of definitions, meaning just about any freaking body under the sun can go add a definition to whatever they want. Oh, today there's only 2 genders. Tomorrow there's 6. Day after that there's 23. Day after that there's 5. 2 days from then there could be a couple hundred. Why? Because it's whatever anybody wants to go, that's my truth today. So the Urban Dictionary can literally be changed at the drop of a hat because of, oh, my feelings today are, I mean, look at the video you and JP, the dude in Texas. When you did that video with him, oh, I've been misgendered 19 times, referring to my truth, feelings, how I feel in this moment. The Urban Dictionary can literally be changed at the drop of a hat just because, oh, today I feel my truth of the day. Urban Dictionary is not a place where educated, smart individuals will get any knowledge. You literally are misleading all these younger individuals that follow you to go follow something that is literally a libtard's area of finding knowledge. That's what that is, for libtards. You're not a libtard, are you? Explain how I'm wrong. Not to mention, when you were going over the word dank, you said, oh, the reason that word is, it just is 3 times. You said that another 2 times for drip. Oh, it is, it just is. It's just because it is. That's what it is. No, it's not what it is, just because it is. Then on drip, you go, oh, well, that's my truth. On sus, which you got, that I have no qualms with your accuracy on sus. What I have qualms with is you said, that's my truth, twice. So that's 3 times you go, my truth. 5 times you go, it is what it is, just because it just is. Meaning that, what's that show? You don't want to look at actual facts. You don't want to get off your rear and do a little bit of studying. Put forth a little bit of effort. Oh, you think, what, you're done with college, so you don't actually have to do real research on what stuff means? What the origins of stuff is? When you do food testing, fast food, all that stuff, do you point out which chicken sandwich has real chicken meat, which one is actually going to be healthier for, oh, you have kids, you need to grab a fast food because you were running behind, you picked them up from school, and now you got to go do whatever. Oh, which one of these places is going to be healthier? You got to remember, you have all sorts of age groups watching your show, following and listening and doing whatever you say. Your every word, your every whim, they are following it. To the point they are idolizing you. I will get into that here in a minute. Michael Knoll. Brett looks up to you all, right? So every chance you have, shouldn't you look at it as a learning experience or a way to teach and guide her along with her younger fans? The rating the best pumpkin spice lattes in Nashville video that you and Brett did, I point blank, honest opinion, which one of these would have been better? What you did or how I'm going to word it? At about 1 minute, 23 seconds in, Brett was talking about, how she got you a surprise. Brett says, we're at the Daily Wire, and Michael responds with, real quick, cutting her off, we got money coming out of our ears over here, yeah. Brett, Jeremy Boring is our CEO, so I got us a limo. Michael responds with, that's a good because you want to really look inconspicuous, Okay, that last part, you're making it into a joke. First part there, talking about how you got money coming out of your ears and all that. Okay, keep in mind, she's got younger viewers following her. Tell me that does not sound, whether you were joking around or not, you didn't make mention of, oh, I'm joking. Plus, you also have to keep in mind, you go to McDonald's and get a hot coffee, there's a warning label on there that says, caution, this drink is hot. You could get burned. If people are that ignorant and stupid out there, that you literally have to have a warning label on every single thing under the sun because they will try to put it in their mouths like Tide Pods or snorting condoms. Does that not sound, what you said, like you are being boastful, arrogant, like an entitled child with daddy's money? When Brett said, so I got a limo, and she stuttered, you could see, based off of her nonverbals, her body language, and listen to, and her vocals, she was uneasy about that. Kind of, like, should I really have done this? Wouldn't it have been a lot better if you said, oh, hey, a limo, okay. Did you make sure Jeremy was cool with that? Just making sure. If she said no, okay, gets addressed one way. If she said, yeah, I checked with him, cool. He was cool with it, cool. Then follow up with, yeah, I agree, we've been working hard. It's a good idea every so often to treat yourself when you've actually earned it. But we got to make sure that we actually get out there and earn it. We've been working pretty hard lately, so I'd say we have earned this one. Now, you're proving that you're a good mentor, not just to her, but all her fans that are watching. And on top of that, you now have been able to guide and lead her fans, her younger generations, into the right direction. Explain how I'm wrong. Oh, I was just joking around. Yeah, but there's warning labels on everything, and every last little thing that ever gets said on Brett's show, how often do people look at that and go, oh, I need to hang on her every word. Seriously? Do you not see the negative ramifications that can have? The whole reason I'm making a point of that is because the Daily Wire is supposed to lead and guide, right? And that's real great leadership there, Michael. And if that hurts your feelings that I'm pointing that out, well, good. Go take a good long look in the mirror and tell me how I'm wrong. Because the next point that I'm going to make, by following up, pretty much playing off of what you did without going, yeah, that was just me joking. Yeah, you don't actually, flaunt like that, be arrogantly boastful, and then followed up with what I recommended. I mean, I get that the producers and all these little editors are afraid to say anything to you because their balls haven't dropped yet. They're afraid to be like, hey, shouldn't we do this instead? Isn't that a bad idea to, say that? Because they don't truly value you guys in the Daily Wire. Because if they did, a real friend is going to sit aside your feelings and not go, oh, well, this will hurt their feelings, so I'm not going to say it. But actually pointing out facts that can better and propel you all forward, that's somebody who actually cares. That's the kind of people that you should strive to surround yourself with. If you disagree with that, then by all means, dispute it and explain how I am wrong. Furthermore, I would love to hear Jordan Peterson explain how that ideal and logic is wrong. The next point that I'm referring to on what is extremely messed up, that what you did, Michael, literally fuels the fire of. Hey, Brett, if you look at your Instagram wall, slowly but surely, you'll notice a couple things. One, that beautiful, amazing smile that you had at the beginning that was so natural and genuine, it's slowly become faked. In a lot of your photos, you can tell you're kind of forcing it. It's not that genuinely natural happiness. Same with on your show, the comment section. You can tell more and more you don't have that natural happiness energy any longer. It's going away. It is fleeting. Is that because of what you've said on multiple occasions, that you are unhappy with the fact that all you do is literally sit there and fill the entirety of your day with toxicity from social media and news outlets? Is it not mostly just toxicity? Oh, that's my job. Wow, that sounds like the same excuse that those OnlyFans porn stars use. It's my job. Explain how I'm wrong. On your Instagram, not only do you seem less and less happier, you're dressing more and more sexually. Your dress is starting to come down lower and lower. More and more, your tatas are trying to pop out. One of which, you literally did a video. Was it some Costco, come get this chicken, whatever, salad thing? And you take the video and you lean forward with the camera, raising it up, as you do, down blouse. A straight down blouse shot. Why is it none of your people have gone, hey, Brett, might want to take that down? Especially if they care about you and your image. Hey, Brett, I think it's really a good idea to be posting down blesses. Another thing, with your Instagram. This is something I love to do when I go to get into a relationship or look at somebody as a possible relationship. It shows how self-absorbed someone generally is. What is an Instagram wall supposed to insinuate? What is the number one things that are important to this individual? You say, oh, ballet is a huge portion of who you are, right? Okay. Why can't you take your ballet slippers that you used to use or that you have, maybe go find a pair at a thrift shop or something? Okay, you have a team that can help you with digital editing. So once you get them laid out on like a tile or hardwood floor, snap that photo, not of you, of just those slippers. They help you, work with the filters and stuff. The slippers are pink, popping. Everything else is like black and white. Come along the trim work, do some vintage style. Tell me that wouldn't represent who Brett Cooper is. You mean to tell me that it's too complicated for you? Oh, there's horses out in the field there. Click. That's an easy post. Oh, you love horses. Horses are a big part of who you are, but unless you're right there front and center with them, you're not showing that that's something that you value. What you value most is what you will post. Tell me I'm wrong. So, I did, out of boredom, decided, hey, I'm going to see how self-absorbed Brett has gotten over the last couple of years. This is going to hurt. Brace yourself. October 14th, 2020 to July 19th, 2021, you did 49 Instagram posts. Only 7 of them you were not in. 7 of them were not self-absorbed, meaning only 14.29% of your Instagram posts were not self-centered. That means 85, almost 80%, 6% of your what is important to Brett is literally just Brett. Okay, at the beginning you had a little bit more talking about, oh, well, the Daily Wire, the comment section. You actually mentioned that a little bit more. So it's a little bit more lenient and excusable, as to it having you as front and center. But the Instagram wall isn't the comment section. The Instagram wall is, I'm Brett Cooper. Who are you? Who is Brett Cooper? What represents who Brett Cooper is? July 20th, 2021 through July 19th, 2022, you did a grand total of 139 Instagram posts. That's almost 3 times. That's what, 3 times more roughly? Okay. You only had 6 Instagram posts that you weren't in, and it had literally what represents Brett. What represents Brett? What is Brett value? Which means 4.32% of your posts said that Brett Cooper values something other than Brett Cooper. Meaning that roughly 95.68% of your Instagram posts on your wall said that the only thing that matters to Brett is Brett. July 20th, 2022 through July 19th, 2023, you did a grand total of 145 posts in that time period. Only one post, represented what is important to Brett. Only one. That's it. That represented something other than Brett Cooper being important to Brett Cooper. Meaning that you had 0.689% of your posts in that year span said, oh, something other than Brett is important to Brett. .311% of your posts in that year said the only thing that matters to you is yourself. That's what that says. Psychologically breaking that down, that's what that means. You don't believe me? Go ask Dr. Jordan Peterson. So when you have a grand total of 333 posts and only 14 of them are not me, that means only 4.204% of your Instagram says that something other than Brett Cooper matters to Brett Cooper. That means you are 95.796% self-absorbed and self-centered. I get it. Okay. Well, I don't know what else to post other than me. You love your dogs? Why not take photos of your dogs from time to time? Just your dogs while they're playing or something. Oh, there they go. Look at them go. Playing. They're playing. Cool. You value your dogs then. You're showing appreciation and value to your dogs. Am I wrong? If you're doing that, are you not showing that you truly, genuinely value them more than you? I mean, you make mention of your dogs on your show. Why can't you literally show just your dogs? Showing this is important to me. On top of this, you looking through your Instagram, your blouse, that V really starting to drop. You've also got your Daisy Dukes on quite often. What are Daisy Dukes? Why were Daisy Dukes made so popular real freaking quick? From the Dukes of Hazzard, when Daisy Duke, the Duke brothers' sister or cousin, wanted to hoe out, slut up. That's what that is. Oh, well, that's part of the social norm now. That's just the modern thing, right? Okay, well, let me ask you this. Is that traditional women's values, or is that modern femininity saying, hey, I'm going to hoe out in any way that I can get away with? Especially when you look at a lot of those Daisy Dukes, where's that cutoff line? Right there at your pelvis. Or they'll start to slide up just a little bit and be almost completely in line with your pelvis. Look at a lot of those skirts and dresses and stuff you were sitting there spinning in circles in while you were in England. Most all of those, you move the wrong way. There's a panty pick. Oh, that one that had the long cut going down it. You were to stumble forward at all. Up, anybody with the camera outside, click. Oh, I just caught an episode of Brett Cooper. How quickly would that go viral? Oh, that would really screw up your image, wouldn't it? Plus, on top of that, I'm going to back up what I'm saying with Scripture. Matthew 5:28, everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So all those little boys that are seeing you in these really suggestive outfits, showing as much skin as you can to get their blood pumping, so they get that lustful ideas popping in their head. Yeah, that's committing adultery. It says so in the Bible. Whether you're Christian, Catholic, whatever. Oh, I believe in Christ. Well, hey, guess what? According to Christ, you're promoting sex. You're promoting hookup culture. You're promoting adultery. Mark 9:42. And if anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him to be thrown into the sea with a large millstone tied around his neck. 9:43 through 44. If your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life maimed than with two hands to go into hell where the fire never goes out. In short, every one of those individuals out there that are younger, that have Christian beliefs, that believe in Christ, that want to follow Him, that you are promoting the ideas, you are promoting the sex, the adultery. In their mind, every time that they beat their little peckers to the thought of you because you want to be sexualized and all over social media like that, oh, in short, you're responsible for their sins. That's what Mark 9:42 is meaning. You are responsible for that. And it's saying that it would be better for you to be cast into the sea with a millstone. By the way, a millstone, just in case you don't know, are those really big stones that you would see in old-time movies. And it's usually got like a donkey that's making the stone turn so it can grind up the grain or the corn, or those big water mills that you'd see in old-timey like westerns or pioneer-style American movies. On the inside, that big, huge stone that's spinning, that's a millstone. And it's saying that it's better for that to be tied around your neck and you cast into the sea than to lead any of these children astray. How many do you think you are honestly leading astray, enticing to commit adultery with you in their minds? Explain how any of that, I am wrong. Explain how I am wrong. Don't just say, oh, well, you're wrong. Well, modern femininity says. Well, modern femininity is this new age woke BS mostly. And I am well aware that anybody who speaks out against the social norm is quickly labeled a homophobic, a sexist, and a misogynist, and they are promptly silenced. Why? Because most people can't handle the truth. Tell me I'm wrong. And that quote, if I'm not mistaken, was from, I believe, Is America Ready for This Debate? I believe that's the video that I pulled that you, Brett, stated that in. You stated that, so I'm literally saying what you said. Question is, can you handle the truth? Can you handle being told that, hey, this is your fault? Yes, you are being misled by the others, but at the same time, you're misleading others to do wrong. Oh, great, right? That's perfectly fine. One thing that I do want you to keep in mind, Brett, is with your shirt that you recently put out, every time that you see someone wearing that, oh, well, how's that bad? Bear with me. Every time that you see that on Instagram, what do you see? You holding a newspaper of you and for the better majority of it, you can't actually read the comment section. You can't read what it says, referring to the channel. Oh, so pretty much it's just, look at me, look at me, I'm so great. Rather, what if you had put out a t-shirt that said, touch grass, with a black outline of the letters, and have some grass coming up, or what looks like grass in the letters, and in the background of the letters, where the grass is not only comes up like halfway of the double stack of letters, in the background you've got like a sunset. Hey, now you're promoting your quote, and it's not look at me, idolize me. Why has nobody on your team made mention of anything like that to you? And if they had, why haven't you done that? How many people are literally posting on Instagram and stuff, go touch grass at, and tagging you? Oh, they're literally quoting you. Okay, but they're not sitting there going, look at this. It's Brett with Brett. It pulls away from the idolization at that point. See what I'm saying? Why not give it a shot? One of the things that I do want to make mention on is, with everything that I'm saying, I want you to meditate on it. Whatever you do, don't try and respond right away, because you're going to have your feelings hurt. You're going to be pissed off at me. Trust me, I'd be if somebody called me out on stuff. It's natural. You get upset. When you screw up, somebody's calling you out on it. It's natural to be upset. So, what I'm going to recommend is Proverbs 3:5-8. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Now, I told you several ways that we're being screwed up. Think I'm just going to say, oh, well, you screwed up, and not give you any solutions? I've already proven several ways. Hey, wouldn't this have been better? Left a lot of it as, hey, explain how I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, you want to dispute it, by all means, social media. Call me out on it. You want to sit down with me on this stuff. Do an actual video with me, whether it's FaceTime, in person. I go there, I will be in a hornet's nest. I am well aware of that. There was pretty much, the Daily Wire will be a platoon and I will be a single individual. Do you know how messed up I could end up being? Like, seriously, I could get so messed up trying to keep my language halfway clean here. I could get my rear end stomped so badly that every tooth in my mouth will be kicked so far down my throat that I will have to chew with my rear end for the rest of my life. Well aware of that. You all heavily outnumber me. I am well aware of that. But I'm going to give you a solution. You say you don't like being as consumed in all this toxicity that you have to report on. Why not try this? In your fan mail, if you've not gotten it yet, there's a sculpture, a painting sculpture thing. On it, there is a scripture. I have already made mention of this scripture. Once you get it and you see it, you'll know. You'll know that one was what I dropped off. Plus, it comes with a 6-page letter that explains how, hey, you're even on a bad road that Emma Watson started down. Uh-oh, I'm throwing out big names like Emma Watson now, who originally said, what? Less is more. Showing less skin is more attractive. Hey, that's a traditional value, isn't it? Emma Watson used to have traditional values. Now look at what she does. The alcohol company, she and her brother founded. Okay, you want to found an alcohol company? That's fine. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. That's on you. I'm a McCoy hillbilly descendant. Do you know how many years I drank? I only recently put down all alcohol and tobacco. I'll explain that here in a minute. The thing is, now she's wearing very seductive outfits right there in romantic getaway places with her brother for these photos. Very seductive outfits showing a lot of skin, and in photos directly next to that, not only is she like touching his arm in a seductive manner, which promotes what? Incest. Think about it. But also, right next to it, she's wearing some of the most skimpiest outfits and very seductive poses, promoting what? And those photos are right next to her and her brother, where she's literally promoting incest. Think about that. How far she has fallen and how very dirty she dresses now. And you are starting down that same exact road. You start by sacrificing an inch at a time, not a mile. Explain how I'm wrong. So, my recommendation, leave the comment section. Leave it up. Like, don't shut it down, obviously. I mean, you make enough money off of it just sitting there. I mean, you make what? In a month, you make roughly what the average individual makes in about a year. Okay, you just leave it sitting there and go over and start. Get you some. I know you're not going to want to work with me because I'm capable of being blunt and setting aside your feelings to tell you, hey, you're screwing up. You're falling away from your relationship with Christ, whether you're Christian, Catholic, whatever. If you believe in Christ in any capacity, it's not a friendship, it's a relationship with Christ. Everything that I've stated, does that not say that you are falling away from your relationship with Christ? You are starting down a very bad road. My recommendation, start what would be called the Daily Wire TCC Family Growth. The Daily Wire Traditional Conservative Christian Family Growth. Get you a dude to go. I know, like I said, I know you're not going to want to work with somebody who can be bluntly honest like I can. Find you someone that's a guy. Don't just start dating him. Trust me, that's a bad idea. That's a whole nother conversation. But every day of the week, you've got a purpose, okay? You have your perspective, the female, and the male. In several videos that I'm going to be posting, I will be explaining what traits a traditional male will have if he is truly traditional. If you watch them, you're going to be sitting there going, one of two things. You're going to think I'm just some limp-wristed puss cake. Or option B, you're going to look at it and go, there are still traditional guys out there? They do exist? Yeah, well, babyface, newsflash, I'm 29 years old. So yeah, I'm well aware. Don't say it. I'm old. I got it. Yeah. I already know what you're thinking. You don't have to say it. I've heard it enough times. All right, so let's get into this. What I would recommend to do with the Daily Wire TCC Family Growth would be Monday. You work on mind, projects, and learning. So in short, home projects, art projects, cooking, food trying, food takeout, like fast food, analyzing, testing different food stuff. Have a list, a category what you rate it, how you rate it, why you rate it. Make that list, the nutritional facts, the flavor facts, texture facts, all of this available. Like an actual list. And I'll come up with one, and I'll even post it on my social media. So it will be readily available, what I would outline and recommend to look at possibly using, and yeah, tweak it, obviously, make it your thing. But make sure you have a list that will be your standardized list that you will go by every time that you're trying any food to test it. That way you keep consistent, have a scale 1 through 10. I know you hate scales like that. Obviously, with the 1 through 5 with Mr. Peterson's test, you made that very clear. I like yes or no questions. I don't like this scale. I get it, but it'll help the viewer realize how much better or worse Raising Cane's is compared to Chick-fil-A. And it'll be able to break down the individual points between ethics, taste, texture, etc., quality of the service that you received at whatever location you went to. Learning something new. One of the things that I noticed that you said you wanted to learn was piloting. Hey, if you want to learn fixed wing piloting, so, regular planes, it's not as hard as most people think. I'll explain in one of the videos how I conquered several of my demons, one of which was fear of heights, and a 2-seater Fox plane with the doors taken off, and an old guy who was like 80 years old and decided, oh, I'm going to turn it off and take a nap. I showed you how to start it. Either we're dead or you paid attention. Yeah. I got over my fear of heights real quick. But it's not that hard. And taking in consideration, I'm smart enough to figure out the general idea of a rotary wing, which is helicopter. I have 2 books myself to learn how to do rotary piloting. And according to the teachers and stuff that I had spoke with, it takes between 3 to 6 months, depending on how much money you have you can throw at it. A lot of people, it will take a little longer because, hey, it's not necessarily the world's cheapest thing. But like I said, you're making how much? You can easily, most likely, get it done in a matter of a month. And most of it is you learn as you go. A lot of places do it that way. Hey, learn as you go, learn at your pace, however much time you want to spend in the day. You want to spend an hour, you want to spend 2 hours, you want to spend a whole freaking day. That's up to you. That's how a lot of places will do those. So, automotive, sailing, hunting, shooting, fishing, camping, survival prep, all these things that, hey, there's so many different categories and so many different ways, and you can get so many different sponsors for these different categories. And then I'll talk about the perks here in a minute for the sponsors. But you can get a lot of sponsors doing that. I mean, look at Demo Ranch. He has sponsors for everything, it seems like. You turn around, he's got another couple sponsors lined up. Why? Because he will literally shoot anything he physically can shoot. And I don't mean just the gun. I mean anything that he can shoot with the projectile. He will try to kill it. He will try to obliterate it. Let's see, we got Tuesdays. Okay. You're going to want to pull your current fan base along with you, right? So Tuesdays, social media and news updates. So you'll still have that comment section, more or less, reserved for Tuesdays and Thursdays. That would be my recommendation. Want to change it up a little bit? Hey, this is just an outline of what I'd recommend for you to try, because genuinely, you look more and more depressed every time you come on that show. Yeah, you'll have one every so often that really gets you excited, because you're really pumped up, like, oh my gosh, I finally get to do this. But generally, you just seem more down. Who can blame you? What you do is literally viewing toxicity, hate, garbage, all day, every day. That's your job. I genuinely feel sorry for you on that one. Wednesday, exercise. What are 3 main components that should generally be kept in mind? Mind, body, soul. How do you work your body? Exercise. Mondays with the cooking. Good Rancher, your sponsor, you'll actually be able to show, hey, I stand by this. I make these type of meals with Good Rancher. This is how I do it. Now, Good Rancher might actually be inclined to sponsor you a little bit more money on that. Why? Because you're not just saying, oh, it's good stuff, I order it, da 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 da. You're literally doing an entire episode on Good Valley Ranch, or Good Rancher, Good Farm, whatever the name of it is. They have great deals. I went and checked it out. They have great deals. It's just still, they're kind of on the expensive side. And I don't make what the average individual makes in 1 year. I don't make that in 1 month. Sorry. Trust me, I wish I did. Let's see. Wednesday though. Okay, trying different workouts. You've got whatever dude that you have come on that's willing to work with you, male and female perspective-wise, on exercises. Most guys don't know ballet. I don't. Would I be willing to try? Yeah, if a guy has got traditional values, it's kind of a gray area. But if he's willing to try just about anything at least once, just saying, wouldn't hurt to put that as an idea. You've got different sports workouts. You have different fighters, like MMA style fighting. I can't remember which style you said you learned. I've had training in 7 forms of hand-to-hand combat. I've also got a Marine Corps background, so I've got friends who were SEALs, MARSOC, Reaper Team 5, Rangers. I've learned several forms of hand-to-hand combat. Each one of them has slightly different styles to the exercising. They all have their own purposes. I'm sure you understand that from some of your fighting stuff. You've got the exercises and the training regiments. Each regiment works different parts of your body. Boxing is not going to work the same as a grappling, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, I don't recommend trying Leak Way because you literally are required to fracture the bones in your body just to do that. If you do it in the old school, don't try that. I do not recommend it. It hurts badly. Over 50% of bones in my body have been fractured because I did that training. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Bodybuilders, strongman lifting competition people like Eddie Hall, world's strong man, aka the Beast, his son, Baby Beast, or world's strongest boy, whatever they want to go by, depending on the weather of the day, the flavor of the day. Which, plus, if I was on there, I'm the world's strongest twig. I am Groot. My goal would be to fireman pick him up fireman carry style and just take off walking with him, hollering, I am Groot. That would be one of my goals. And hey, Eddie Hall, if you're seeing this, check out my video based off of the weather. It'll probably be tomorrow that it gets posted. But I will prove that I think I only have 130 pounds worth of weight. I will deadlift with one arm. You think I can't pick you up with both arms on my back? Bubba, come on, Bigums. You know I can pick you up. You've got different military regiment, like training and exercises. For example, I'm sure if you're trying out the different exercises and stuff and you're wanting to do a little travel, MCRD Paris Island, hit the O course, hit the confidence courses and stuff. They're fun. Like, I miss those days. The rappel tower, legit. You get testing different gym equipment and stuff. How to work out on a budget. A lot of people go, oh, well, I can't go to work out. I don't have the money to get a lot of stuff. So they'll look at it and go, well, I don't want to go to Planet Fitness because, oh, there's so much problems with that. You've got these modern women that are just trying to get you in traps. You've got, oh, you can't grunt too loud because if you push yourself too hard, oh, you get kicked out. There's ways to do exercises on a budget. And I'll even be doing a couple videos to give ideas for you. How to get the best workout on a very minimal amount of time. I understand a lot of people don't have a lot of free time in a day. You've got kids, you've got family duties to take care of. For example, if you were a mom, you had kids, okay? You had a daughter, you had a son, you have to take care of them, plus your motherly duties of whatever you've got to do that day. If you're still doing any YouTube-based stuff, you still got your job to do. Finding time to exercise and maintain body will then be a little bit more hard. There are easy ways that you can get extreme workouts in a very small amount of time. Most of them are let Sally up challenges. I'll get into that later. All right, Thursday, we already went over that. That's another one of the, pretty much what you're already doing with the comment channel. Friday, movie, video game, card, board game reviews. Pretty much family night. What would a family night thing be? Okay, everybody sits down, watches a movie together. Everybody sits down. If you can play a video game together, is this one that the family can play? Card games. There's one called Let's Get Deep. It's actually a very interesting game. It helps explain and opens up everybody in the group, and it's not really a sexual game, if that makes sense. There is the one for couples and there's the one for friends. Different board games, you know, what you would recommend. Have a chart as to, again, just like the food. Just doing a basic test. And okay, if you're testing video games, is this one that you would recommend for your teenager? Is this one that you would recommend that you let your preteens and younger play? Is this one that you go, oh no, this is a hardcore adults only game? Like Grand Theft Auto. You know, most people don't realize that not only can you go and steal and murder and all that, there's literally, I was informed of, oh yeah, there's a strip club. I'm going, oh, come on, it can't be that great of a graphics though, right? You walk outside, you shoot somebody, you pickpocket their cash, you walk inside, you pick which lady in there you're wanting to take to this private VIP room. You can move the camera angle around to see different angles. When you're in head view, you can move your head around. And all she's wearing is a skimpy, teeny tiny thong and high heels. And the graphics are really actually pretty decent graphics, which is quite disturbing. And a lot of younger individuals play this because the parents have no clue about this kind of stuff. I think, oh, it's just a little violence. We see violence in everything that's out there today. And they don't realize all the other little things that are hidden. There's a zombie apocalypse game out there where you can literally build a dildo machine gun. It shoots purple dildos at zombies. It's kind of comical, but they look like penises. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to word that. They look like Harry Henry trying to find his hobby hole to go inside and jump on a trampoline. And when he can't find it, he just bounces all over the place. Wow, I just found a clean way to say that. Okay, Saturdays, I would recommend, as if I was on there, okay, that'd be my day off. No, really, that'd be my day off. The end. That would be my day off. All right, who am I kidding? We got to do something, right? Every day, got to get something up there. I mean, you got to live up to that comment section, right? So, test different clothing. You like clothing, obviously. Plus, you're a chick, so which chick doesn't like to test clothing and fashion? So you've got try different clothes, hats, shirts, pants, shoes, your case dresses, skirts. For the guy, tacticilts. What? Tactical. Get over it. Accessories, you've got watches, glasses, bags, hats, headphones. You've also got colognes, fragrances, perfumes, different things like that you could test. And if you have a male and female opinion, okay, look at it this way. I spray a cologne. I might like it from a guy's perspective. Oh, that smells really great. Does that mean chicks are necessarily going to be like, oh yeah, that smells awesome? No, there's a lot of guys that will go, oh, I like this cologne, I like this fragrance, and a lot of chicks go, pay you. It happens. Guys don't think like females. So having a male and female on there would play off of each other and make it more better for, hey, what would be the best recommendation? Sundays, like I said, got to do something every day, right? Conservative, Christian, traditional. Hey, what would be a great thing to do? Look at your entire week that you had. Now, I'm not saying you got to record this on Sunday. Want to do it on Friday, that's perfectly fine too. But look at the week. Okay, you've got 2 days that literally involve social media, news, the toxicity, what's going on in the world, what's going on in your life, and do a 15 to 30 minute minimum devotional. You can get some of the other individuals from the Daily Wire to come together. Hey, that'll also keep you rooted. Remind you, hey, we need to keep humble. Not get overly boastful, not get big heads and think that we're better than anybody else in any capacity. Doing that will naturally keep you humble. If you disagree with that, hey, Dr. Jordan Peterson, I challenge you to tell me that somebody that does a devotional at least weekly isn't going to naturally be more humbled. I would love to dispute that one with you. I told you, I'm not just going to give you, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. You value someone, you value something, you'll point out what's wrong, but you'll give solutions. Yes, at the beginning, it seemed like I was in a hole. I know, but there's difference between an hole and a dick. And hole just likes to take a deuce on everything. Pretty crappy person, huh? But who doesn't like a good ding-a-ling-ding-dong? I mean, even guys that are straight do. They don't want no tic-tac-pecker dangling between their legs. And me? According to my Chinese zodiac, I'm a natural-born cock. A doodle-doo. Just saying. Hey, hope that at least got a chuckle out of you. Well, that's about all I've got time for today. It's about to actually start pouring rain, so I need to get going. Think about what I said. If you all want to sit down and talk, and I invite everybody from the Daily Wire to challenge what I've just said. Everybody. Not just you, Brett, not just any of the fellas. Oh, and Candace, just so you and Brett are both well aware, my first YouTube video was supporting you two. So don't go thinking that I'm just knocking on y'all at the Daily Wire. I quit drinking alcohol to support you, Candace. The only gripe I really have about you, talk to your husband, ask him if there's ways that he can help support you with not drinking. I believe in you. I quit drinking to show support for that. I'm a McCoy hillbilly descendant. Do you know how hard this is? Seriously. Nightmare. I stopped all tobacco-based products. Cigars, dip, vaping, all of it. To support you, Brett. Because, hey, I believe you're better than this crud that you're doing. You're better than that. I know you're better than that. Looking at some of the stuff you've done in your life, you are better than that. And that's not coming from just somebody who's a McCoy hillbilly descendant, that's some idiot. No, I'm actually quite educated. I'm actively striving to figure out how to get patents, because if I can figure that out, how to push patents through, cool. I can present to Elon Musk how to make an electric car 80% self-sustainable with just my one patent. Clearly, I'm not just some dummy. If I see value in somebody or something, I'm willing to show it. Have I not shown that I actually value the Daily Wire? That I value you all? Candace, one wrong trip when you have a glass of wine in your hand, your entire career could be destroyed. I would rather see you completely stop and somebody point out, hey, this, well, I have a drink every so often when I'm on vacation, is bad ideas. What is it you say? Oh, well, how can you say that smoking pot's not good, but you drink? So in short, are you saying, hey, smoking pot, lighting you up a doobie, a joint, packing a bowl, that's fine to do when you're on vacation once every so often, right? No? Then is it really okay to have that glass of wine and run risk of you tripping, somebody taking a picture, and boom, your entire career is ruined? Because, oh, she waves that banner around like she's so great, she doesn't drink. But she can't even stand on her own 2 feet? How often do paparazzis and tablets blow things out of proportion? I'd rather say something than to watch you lose your career, watch you lose your credibility. Because, as Dr. Jordan Peterson said, would you rather the villains learn before they have to pay the price? You're messing up. I'm calling you on it. Steel strengthens steel, or steel sharpens steel. I don't have anybody in my life to sharpen my steel. I have to do mine through hard knocks. You all have each other, but you're failing each other by not pushing each other like that, like I'm doing right now. I have genuine value for you all. I know you can do better. I know you can go much further than you all have. I will be in Nashville, Tennessee, Friday, 12, I think it's Eastern Standard, or no, Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whatever that time zone is Nashville's in, that When it's high noon there, I will be in Nashville. I will be there until it becomes Monday. It becomes Monday, I'm heading back. Y'all don't want to talk to me. It is what it is. I understand. You got your feelings hurt. It happens. You got caught up in your feelings in this new age libtard BS, and you couldn't take somebody dishing the truth out to you all like Matt Walsh does with all of these idiotic fools who want to push agendas on children, butcher them, do irreversible things to children, which, in all honesty, heck, I'd rather see pedos released from the penitentiary, and honestly, I think every one of them should be put in a guillotine and drop the freaking blade. I'd rather see them released than to see these politicians doing what they are to children. So, if you all are going to dish stuff out speaking truth, remember, I'm literally just speaking truth. If you can't take it and you get your feelings hurt, you get all uppity about it, do you really have a right to say anything to anybody else? Oh, and like I said, watch my other videos I'm going to be posting. Because I'm not just going to say how you guys were wrong in life, or you've screwed up. I'm actually going to be talking about how I have screwed up in life in several of my upcoming videos. And including one which will kind of leave you all stupefied as to how I dumbfounded a British taxi driver. Hey, coming up. See y'all Friday.